1913, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score. Goes e6. Let's go d4, play a d4 game. So opponent 2300 games of rapid, that's very good. I've just gone through 1000 myself. I can do this to kind of break symmetry, or we can just play a normal d4 game. Let's maybe play a normal d4 game for this one. I mean, I can still do this, it's still an option. But he goes very aggressive, okay. I'm going to take there and then play e3, I think. So I'm probably not going to do this now, but again, you still could, it's not a bad structure. The main thing is you want to try and get castled. Okay, that gives us a chance to take a pawn and maybe give him an isolated pawn. But can we castle quick enough? Oh, he's gone with a queen trade. So take, maybe bishop up. We can trade something off, potentially, or we can just castle. Yeah, I'm quite happy to play endgame, so I'll take there. I'm just looking at bishop up just to get developed in castle. And obviously I can't really stop him doing this because I can't develop anything else, so the only real move right now is to play a bishop up to pin the knight. If he checks, we can easily block. He brings his knight up. So we do have knight up here, and we can potentially win a pawn. He can block here, we can get rid of his bishop. I mean, he couldn't... What else can he do, actually? Yeah, it looks like a move, doesn't it? Let's go up and hit the knight. He'd probably have to play a bishop here. We can trade the bishop and just get castled. See, I can't really stop this push, so I won't worry about it. Oh, so he's taken with the knight. Let's just castle then. I expect pawn will come down now. Otherwise, we've maybe got rook across. He doesn't do it, but he's still fine. He can obviously jump across. We don't really want to take here unless we can activate our pieces. So do I do this to go here? This stops knight and bishop coming forward, but I could develop the piece. But I think I'm going to play rook across first, just to try and challenge the pawn push. Now he's played across. So we could do with either of these pawn pushes. I like this one. And put the bishop on the diagonal. And maybe go here and try and trade the bishop. So he's now asking us to make a decision. He's playing it very quick, isn't he? So we can take and give him protection in the center of the board, or we can maybe drop all the way back. I think I'll drop back here, maybe to go f3. I want to bring the bishop up. I'm just trying to decide where to. And then get the knight maybe to f3 could be useful. So do we go here and try and trade the bishop and get the knight developed, or do we just go to a natural square? Yeah, he's pushed it as expected. So here we'll have to take, I guess. If I take now, bishop takes is kind of a bit of a problem, isn't it? So I'm going to come up and challenge this bishop, and we'll be the one who actually has the isolated pawn. He's playing this really well and really quickly. I guess that's a safe pre-move. If he takes, I'm going to take back with a knight. If he takes a pawn, I'll take the bishop. So I think he'll take the bishop, but he might have other options. Knight or bishop to b4, for instance. Let's just worry about it when it's our move. Yeah, expect bishop takes, knight takes, and then pawn takes, and we've got a weak pawn. The knight can come across to attack it, so it could be a bit of a problem. I might as well pre-move that as well, even though it's rapid. Maybe bishop here. Okay, he's gone and attacked our rook rather than the pawn. That gives us potentially a move to go here. I'd like rook here. I guess he just takes, but we could take with a bishop. But other things equal, we'd be threatening bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes. But if I go here, if the knight moves, he needs to guard this. So that looks quite tempting. Yeah, I'll go here. If he takes, I'll take with a rook. Okay, it is rapid actually, and no need to do free moves. I mean, you might regret it if you don't at the very end of the game, but it's going to be hard to drag this one out right to the very end, isn't it? So we're just threatening to take and give him split pawns. That's the only issue here. Knight's not really got anywhere to go unless we allow our opponent to do this for us. If he takes, probably go with the rook, try and challenge the open file. Rook across, take, knight takes, he guards here. and get the knight back, or get the king up. It could be quite a forcing line. Because if he takes, I think I'll go with the rook. I could go with the bishop, but probably the rook to get it developed. But then rook across, maybe we can ignore it and play rook back. Challenge the knight, but maybe he can kind of give up a pawn and go here. Yeah, he's gone after that, so he's wanting us to take, but he's given us the option to take here and split his pawns and then go here. That's got to be good, right? I'm going to go here and guard my pawn, and then I just need to get my knight back somehow. Mind you, if I go here, does he have knight across? Maybe. But I don't think I should trade a rook first and concede the file. So if I go here, knight across, I can then play knight over to guard as well, and it's a very nice square. Ah, but knight here, he can get jumpy, but there's no checkers there. So let's go here. Again, I don't think he'll take here, but this time obviously you definitely have to take back. So he has indeed played that, so I think I play knight across here, but does it matter which one I go to? Naturally, instinctively, you want to go forward. It looks like a nice square. Knight here. Then I'll have to obviously move the rook. So I could maybe trade then. And then is rook across a move? You got to be careful when you've got jumpy knights. You want your king and your rook on different coloured squares if you can, so the knight can't hit them both at the same time. So if I go here, it's a bit of a risk. Okay, so he's allowed us to play a move like rook across now. And that maybe threatens a move like this, concede a pawn for a pawn, but I don't see anything better. And it covers this knight jump, so I'm going to go here. Can I play a move like rook up, pawn up? Ooh, that's very attacking, isn't it? Rook up, and I put the rook on a nice protected square, unless he goes here. Knight moves anywhere now. He can take. If he takes with the knight, I can take. He takes, and I would take here, so knight out wide. If he takes with the knight, I can gain a rook, but he can move the knight out the way with a check. Say we move, he can take back, we get a pawn, so that's not ideal. So do I spend a move covering this? I'm just looking at rook here, otherwise what else am I doing though? Where else are we going? I'm going to play it. There's no knight check in one move. It gives me the option to push the pawn. Wait, he's just gone for this. Is he conceding 2 pawns for the price of 1? And what happens if I push here now? I guess he's got a nice square here. So if I take... He goes with a knight. I can take the rook. He can throw that check in. We can step forward somewhere. Well, actually, has he got a mating there? Maybe. Maybe he has. I don't think we can take here. I'm looking at knight takes. If he goes rook takes, he would blunder the game because we can take the knight, so he can't do that. So knight takes, I think he's going to play knight takes here. And have we got a nice reply? The rook would be loose, but... Yeah, maybe we just take knight here. Ah, this rook would be pinned by our rook, so he doesn't have a threat to come in, so we could just move safely. I think it's fine, isn't it? So I expect knight takes, and we'll take a rook, and we'll pin his rook so he can't launch forward once he plays knight check. So we'd be safe to, for instance, drop back somewhere, or step forward somewhere, I think, if I've calculated it right. If I haven't, I haven't. But we target another pawn. But you can't take with a rook because I just simply take, and I don't see the trick. So I expect knight takes, rook takes. Then he can't take back with a rook, we take knight. So he has to move the knight. We find a useful square where he doesn't have a check, so say here. Then he takes back. Then we can try and take and hope that we're not in a mating box, something like that. And if we are, we are. But knight takes, can we ignore it and take? Take with the knight. We guard this rook, but he's still got this idea now. It's got to be right to get the rook off. Oh, he's gone back. Oh, so the idea is here, here, and say we take here, but now we can take the rook, he's going to get this file anyway, right? But can I just take with a knight now and cover the threat? He's got a check. No, it's got to be right to take and get a rook off the board. It's whether I take here or go here. I can take here both ways. He's got a check, which is annoying though. I can go here, check here. There's not a mating net, but he's going to collect pawns. So I like this move. I like king here or rook here. King here we still attack. What's he got? Knight down. I don't see it. I'm going to go here so he can't infiltrate, but I'm nearly 2 minutes down on the clock. He's played this very well and very quickly, but we double attack this pawn. Okay, so now I think I can take with the rook or with the knight. Probably the knight. If he goes here, it's a chance to blunder, and we can get the knight on a good square, right? There's no dangerous knight check. There is a rook check now, and I can go here and actually attack the knight, right? So I can just step out the way and attack his knight. I think I have to, don't I? But he's got no knight check this move. But can I get back and save one pawn? There's a knight check, but I'm not sure it does anything, so I might be better coming here to guard my pawn. Then maybe try and get behind a pawn and just run it, even concede one and run the other or something. Or pawn up. Yeah, what's wrong with a4? Just start running the pawn. As long as my king's not in a mating net. We attack the knight. The knight can't go this way, so you've really got two options. We can just play here. So he's actually played a different option, which I didn't see. But I don't see the threat, so I think I just play a4. There's no knight or rook check this move, right? So let's go a4 and start motoring a pawn. We're threatening a5 immediately. We can afford to lose one. Let's just play a5 threatening a6. If we get a6, we're threatening a7. If he goes defensive, we can push here. As long as our king's not in a mating net, which we could be. But he's not got an actual check this move, has he? Has he got a check? He's got this. That's a problem, actually, is it? Am I going wrong here? Do I need to go here? Check here. I can't calculate the checkmate, so I'm going to have to trust that I'm not mated, but I might be mated. Now he's threatening to go here, but we've got a square here and we can run. So let's go here, threatening to queen. Oh, it was checkmate. I just didn't see it. Okay, let's just have a look at how this game was actually played. So we've got 66% versus 86% on the accuracy, but we're actually much better this game. We just haven't seen the checkmate threat. So we actually played it very well. Both of us have played the opening well. You can see 23 moves. Oh, they're the move tiles for both players there. But 23 moves where we're just completely flatline level. Then we're better, but we just haven't seen the actual threats. You see nothing whatsoever is being flagged for both players here, right until we get to a5. So we're just going for development moves. So it's just all standard, but more a d4 game rather than a Reti this one. You see Queen's Gambit declined the Tarash defense. If you click on that, it'll bring up some puzzles. And we're just trying to come up with some sort of plan here. So this is all good for both sides. So taking the pawn was good. Knight f6 back was the first inaccurate move, really, the first mistake. So taking the rook was good. King up was good. Knight takes was good. King f3 was good. Knight forward was a mistake. a4 was good. a5 was good. a6 though is a blunder. We needed to drop our knight back because we just hadn't seen the checkmate. That's all it was. We simply hadn't seen the checkmate threat. So that's our first blunder. Then here, should have played knight to g4, as you can see. But yeah, we just simply hadn't seen the checkmate threat. So we had to play rook to f1 there just to guard here. And then even if he comes across, got a7, and it looks not bad as long as we can unwind the position. We're plus, it's 1.5, there's not much in it, but we just simply hadn't seen it, that's all. So just checkmate. So well done to our opponent there.